couple of months ago, an article came out from the census, I think it was, talking about the income levels in the city, in this
Yeah.
area in general.
Which basically say that if you gain less than $106,000,
A year,
you are
and
considered
low
low
income,
level, yeah,
low
low
income.
income level. I'm Alessandro.
And I'm Edoardo.
This is Unraveling the Bay Area.
Here we go. So,
What do we talk about it?
well, some people were asking about. They were telling me, yeah, it's all nice, it's all fun and games, but at the end of the day,
What is
it's always like everybody keeps going back to the money, and how much it is to live here.
Yeah.
When I remember before coming here, my friends would tell me, yeah, sure, you're going there because you want to make more money, but have you never heard about the taxes or healthcare? You gotta pay for your insurance. And I was like, yeah, I know, but so let's talk about
Yeah, let's
cost
talk
of
more
life,
about-
work, salaries, and
cost of life, salaries, how is it living here, the best places,
is there a
neighborhoods,
work-life balance?
Yeah, I will start with this one. I mean, this is probably crucial because I thought, I mean, there's this reality. I mean, all over Europe, they think, oh, in America, in US, they work a lot, and yeah, and then if you work a lot, you gain more money. This is the basic concept, I think.
Well, usually it is like, I mean, coming from Milan and having lived in other cities, Madrid or people work a lot everywhere. I mean, in Milan, just like in the major European capitals, people work like crazy, like 10, 12 hours a day at minimum.
Yeah.
So,
And here, the reality is another one.
I mean, I would have thought that people in Google, Apple, or they'd work that much. Actually,
But it's not true. Actually, let's break the ice. I think.
let's bust this myth.
I mean, the thing is, there are people who actually work that much. They work 12 hours, 14 hours.
Absolutely.
But as in all the other cities, the reality is that if you pick a person here and
Who
you
works
ask,
in tech, not an entrepreneur who works
Yeah.
24 hours a day.
yeah,
A tech guy, a tech
that
bro.
guy, yeah, the classic software engineer,
Especially them, especially like those
Yeah.
in engineering, software engineering, so coders, programmers, or things like that.
yeah,
They're like 9 to 5.
yeah, it's definitely 9 to 5. They don't start early; they start at 9,
Yeah.
and they go to the office. We will talk more about the office stuff.
Offices, food. Well,
But yeah, they start at 9, and when it's 5, I literally saw people from the big tech and
Yeah.
those guys living at 5.
Absolutely.
And it's really a reality. I mean, there are people who are working more for sure.
well, but yeah, I
Because
got
then
friends.
it depends. Yeah, then it depends on
know-
your team, your yeah.
The project you're working
yeah,
on
exactly.
at the moment, obviously. But still, like on average,
Yeah, on
you can
average.
see that people in tech industry here, they do their 9 to 5. They at 5 they leave the office and never think about work again until 9 a.m. the day after.
Yeah.
And
But what do they do after? Because that's the thing. I mean, probably I would say that
go to the gym.
yeah, go to the gym or meet some friend. But the reality is that like if you really like working, I spoke with a lot of guys who dedicate the other time, let's say, to other project, a personal project, which is you can think it as a work, let's say, but it's not your standard work. It's like other things, other projects, other sites, or some stuff like that. And because people really like it to do it. and it's not like probably all over Europe that like after 5 you go just drinking and stuff. I mean, here there are people who are doing that, but there are also people who dedicate their hours to other stuff. That's the thing, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, here, people here, they make so much money, and we'll get to that, that they, and yeah, sure, people have side projects, but at the same time, there are plenty of people who just stop working and have no idea what to do with their life after their job, and they go out and find new ways every week to spend money and throw money at people. I mean,
Consumism.
even though they work just 9 to 5, engineers at these big tech companies, they make three, four, $500,000, even more, between base salary and bonuses, or stocks.
Yeah.
But
Let's talk more about it. I mean, salaries. This big argument here.
so I know a couple of months ago, an article came out from the census, I think it was, talking about the income levels in the city, in this area in general.
Which basically say that if you gain less than $106,000,
A year, yeah,
you are
and
considered
low
low
income,
level, yeah,
low income.
level, which is
A
really
single
crazy.
person in the city, yeah, living by
Yeah,
himself.
single, yeah,
Because if you already are a couple, you need to be earning a lot more to not be considered low income.
yeah, that's for sure. I mean, but
and
the
here people are considered poor below, what is it, $85,000
Yeah,
a year or something like
yeah.
that, which is crazy. I mean, anywhere else in the world, $85,000 a year is a crazy high amount of money.
But the thing is that, I mean, probably I would say we cannot compare. We really cannot compare those salary with the other, because it's just a number, I would say. Because like here, this is the standard cost of life, which I mean, for our
Yeah,
mentality it seems very very huge, but the thing is that costs on the other end are really different. But let's
yeah, but
speak a little bit more about
still, I'm
salaries.
still sure convinced that there is a bubble, because it is true. Like cost of living is crazy high, but it's not that much higher than many other cities. I mean, New York is more expensive than San Francisco.
Singapore, the same.
Singapore, but even compared to Milan, rents are not that. I mean, here for a room, you can find a room if you really look hard. You can rent a room for $1,500-$1,600 a month. In Milan, you can rent a room for $900-$1,000 a month, unless you want to go like far from the center.
It's a matter of how you spend money then.
But still, like here, you might make $8, $9, $10,000 a month in salary, even more, and pay like $2,000 a month for rent. It's a lot, but as you were saying, like compared to the salary, still you got to put everything in perspective. In a city like Milan, you make 1,500 euros a month, and you spend 900 euros a month on rent. I mean, there is no real comparison.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I mean, there's no comparison, so we cannot. It's you can you need to be living here to understand what it is. And but what about the salaries? I mean, I would say let's keep different type of job. Let's pick firstly the classic software engineer. I know that you know like more or less how much do they gain, but how is it like compose the salary? Because we have different part that constitute the salary.
In the tech industry, salaries are usually divided into three components. So there is the base salary, that
Which is the
is
standard
always
one. Yeah.
I mean, can range from whatever.
Yeah,
You
then
can start
depends
off
on.
around 100. Usually in big tech, you start off with, I don't know, 150 a year. Then on top of that, you have to add bonuses that come every year, and they depend on your work, your team, the project, the impact that you
Achievements,
have,
yeah.
and the overall success and performance of the company as a whole. And then there are the stocks. Uh,
Which is everything,
I mean, with
basically.
stocks, you can easily make at least the same as your base salary. So at least double your total compensation with the stocks. Because you get a lot of stocks.
And
Got
I think
friends,
that,
got friends who make more than double their base salary just with stocks.
yeah, but then it depends on which company you're working for.
Of course, because if you were working for
Because,
Meta last year,
yeah,
you did not want their stocks. They were just going down. They were
yeah,
plummeting
continuously.
continuously.
Yeah, there are,
If you're working for Nvidia right at this moment,
yeah, oh, sure.
geez,
Yeah.
you're making a crazy a lot of money.
But what do you think? Because I'm thinking, okay, that's the thing. So you have like a part which is your base, and then you are which is fixed, let's say, and then you have another variable. I honestly think that this can like push you to do even more because like in Europe, I don't know actually like in other countries, but there is no this standard practice that you have two components that represent your salary. You have just let's say
You have the
something more
bonuses
fixed.
usually,
Yeah,
like
but
in consulting, in
yeah,
finance.
sure,
I
but
mean,
it's not the same.
financial roles in banks or basically the entire compensation is bonuses.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, if you work in investment banking, you can make you might make 100,000 base salary, but you can also make up to 500,000 600,000 in bonuses.
Yeah,
But
no, sure.
definitely here there is this standard practice of giving equity to the employees,
Exactly.
but nobody actually keeps that. As soon as they get the stocks,
They
oh,
skyrocket.
they sell the
Yeah,
previous
because they want
tranche.
money at the end of the day. They
Yeah,
like to have
they
money,
don't care about it.
and actually, I think they'll need it to pay the rent, because that's the other part. I mean, here we have salaries which are huge. On the other side, then it depends on where you're living. But if you want to rent, let's pick like a rent for now because I
Yeah,
think it's like the standard here because people don't think. I mean, I heard
most people
that
rent.
people don't even think more about owning a real
Yeah.
house. They directly think, okay, I will need to rent it because costs of houses are insane here. You will not probably take anything below $2 million in the center, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
let's pick a rent. So you can find rent for a single room, for a
Usually
studio.
fifteen
Yeah.
hundred.
What do you think?
Usually you go from 1,500 if you're lucky, just with sal. So it actually also depends on where you are looking to live. Because if you look at
Yeah.
inner or outer Sunset,
Yeah, but they probably don't know
it's I know,
the
but
places.
if you're looking at like take the map of San Francisco, if you go near the Golden Gate Bridge and down there, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
You can find even like at $1,000 a month of rent, but you're far from everything. Like you're literally at least you're literally an hour away from the financial district.
Yeah.
That is where all the offices are located, basically. So
Yeah, it's just a
there
matter
are the
of
ups and
what do
downs,
you
obviously.
prefer the most.
If you want to be more comfortable, usually like in the main city, like the main neighborhoods, you would hardly find anything below the 1,500 a month for a single
Yeah.
room.
And it's not even like comparable to
Not at all.
other. because it's like in Milan, the standard of the room, which is not, you have just basic stuff,
Oh yeah,
nothing
yeah.
special.
No. Here you usually rent a room
And there's
it's
nothing over
completely unfurnished. You gotta buy yourself your bed, your mattress, your desk,
Yeah,
everything.
and it's another thing that I mean, I didn't know that this was the thing. I mean, I spoke with people and they told me, yeah, when you will buy a room and you will pay rent, you need to take everything and
Yes,
put it
absolutely.
inside. Which is different because I don't know actually which is the because then you don't, like the owner, the tenant, then don't need to care about anything and everything depends on
Well, because
on
you can bring your own stuff. You can sell it once you're done and you move out. And here actually there are also some companies that you can pay and they rent out. They rent you furniture. You can rent from just your bedroom, but you can also rent the furniture for the entire apartment, and you pay like I don't know $100 a month, something like that, which is crazy to me. But there are people who do that.
But then if you know the city, you can find some discounts.
Yeah, you can also
like
find stuff from people who move out and be like, hey, I'm selling this at 1/5 of the price I paid
yeah,
for.
exactly. And also for rent. I mean, yeah, right now I'm living in a place, I mean, very basic, but yeah, thanks
Guys,
to other people.
don't leave where he lives.
But thanks to other people I met, so they told me, they suggest me this place, which, I mean, it
Bad
depends on
friends.
where you, but you have, if you need to stay here
Yeah.
for, let's say, a short period of time,
That is definitely
which
a
is
good.
the thing that a lot of students are asking also to us, we saw. This could be like a potential place to stay, let's say, because you have just your private room. I mean, I stayed also in the Airbnb
Yours
from
is
water.
what is it, co-living, right?
Yeah, it's basically a co-living
Okay.
where you have just your private room and there are other people in the
And a
building.
microwave.
Yeah, in my room basically there's like the bed, a microwave, a fridge, a sink, and a wardrobe.
Okay.
You can just basic stuff.
A fridge
but,
like normal size or
no,
bottle
no,
size?
it's a good fridge. It's not bad. But the thing is that, like from my experience here, I don't really need anything else because during the day I am going out, events, co-working, this kind of stuff, and I don't really need
Yeah,
it.
obviously it depends on what you're doing. Like if you stay in the city because you work here, definitely you cannot
Yeah,
do
no, sure.
you cannot do that.
Yeah.
Like if you are a struggling entrepreneur or you're just staying in the city for a couple of months to explore, to see how it is, then a co-living space is definitely worth it. Otherwise, I mean, as I was saying, like 1,500 a month is the bare minimum for the rent. Then you usually have to put on top of it utilities, phone
Yeah,
bills,
exactly.
and internet or
Yeah,
things
also
like that.
also the phone bills here is like from 50 on.
Oh yeah.
It's
Here,
not like comparable to the one in Europe. In
no,
Europe
no,
there
no.
are
Actually,
discounts.
no. Actually, in Europe, it's really expensive. You say
Okay.
that just because you are from Italy, and in Italy is, if I'm not mistaken, is the cheapest or just one of the cheapest places in the world, phone wise.
Okay.
Anywhere else, even in Europe,
Okay.
the prices are kind of similar to those that we have here in the U.S. Like
But
$40, $50 or
okay, yeah.
euros a month.
Okay. And then we can also say that here, like you can find huge discount with referral or like if you have like your plan from the family, from your
Oh yeah,
from
here they have the
family.
family plans.
Because like when I did my plan for the bill for the monthly payment for the phone, they told me you have a family here because if you like all the time you refer a friend and he enter, let's say, your relative, let's say, you get like $10
Yeah.
discount more or less. And so if
Here
you are
referrals
four, you
are-
can also get a lot of discount.
Do you want my
with
referral
that.
code for Mint?
Yeah, Ryan. But yeah, that's the thing.
Ryan Gosling.
And but what
No,
about
Ryan Reynolds? Sorry.
yeah, Ryan got
Gosling
it's
is
because
Barbie.
Barbie, yeah.
Sorry, still hang up on that. Yeah.
But Let's change it.
But also, if you wanna live by yourself, you want a studio, not a room here, then you have to be willing to spend at least like 2,200 a month at least for a studio in the city.
Yeah.
Even more.
But on the other hand,
one bedroom apartments, 3,000.
but on the other hand, if you, let's say, pick the standard tech guy who's living here, on one end,
250.
yeah, but on one end you pay 250, and on the other end you gain probably 8K.
Even more, yeah.
Yeah, even more. But let's make this standard of comparison.
People who make 300,000 a year.
They are
let's see. Sorry, gotta do
Yeah,
some
but
math.
yeah, basically this is the thing. So maybe a quarter of your salary, let's say, you will spend it in the rent, which is more or less that. This is the standard, more or less.
I mean, if you're making
Did you-
300,000 a year,
Yeah,
you're making
tell me.
25,000 a month. So you can spare
You can spend a
you
little
can
bit.
spare $3,000 a month
Yeah.
to pay rent and live in a nice
The
place.
thing is that apart from those basic stuff, people here spend a lot more with credit card. They spend in a lot of stuff, which actually, I mean, I know that I'm not a guy who likes to spend in stuff that I really don't need it. But people here spend for all the stuff, and they don't care actually.
I mean,
in
here they
spending
invented
money.
credit. No, they didn't invent credit, but yeah.
Yeah, but here is like everything is based on that,
Oh,
and
yes.
so you are, let's say, incentivized in spending and spending even more all the time.
Yeah, because you got all these the possibility to have all these credit cards that give you your credit limit each month, and as long as you pay just the base minimum, that is nothing. It's, you can keep spending money every month without actually having them. Which on one side it's good in the sense that you
more or
can
less.
keep living, I guess. On the other side, though,
You will need to pay in the future some.
yeah, technically, you can just bankrupt technically.
Yeah, but
and
yeah,
not
but
pay anything.
they like to enjoy life. They want to
They,
spend.
I mean,
and-
here they probably invented the live above your means. I mean,
Yeah.
guys, let's remember Great Depression.
But yeah, well, yeah. That's the
Okay,
thing.
but
Then
yeah,
what about homes?
I mean, here there are.
Let's talk a little bit more about
Where did you
homes.
grow up? Were you in
Okay,
a
that's a nice.
were you in a I don't know, a farmhouse? Did you have a
Yeah, no,
yard?
exactly.
Were you in
The
a
thing is this
condo?
one. I think I always had a garden, let's say, which living here, and I mean I also lived in Bologna and Milan, but for sure it's different. But the standard here is that one. So you will not have like your own private house, your own private garden, those stuff. And you, on the other end, will live probably in apartments or some condos. And that's the thing. I mean, this is the standard, probably the standard place. What do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't say the standard. Here there are a lot of Victorian houses or private houses who are not Victorian style.
Yeah, let's say that in the center, in the
So
financial
in the
district,
financial
and
district
downtown,
is just buildings.
skyscrapers, yeah, buildings and
It's
skyscrapers.
all skyscrapers. You live here. You got all your facilities, your amenities inside the building, from pool, jacuzzi,
Barbecue.
You got a barbecue. You got 24-hour, 24/7 building managers who look after the building. You got your gym inside the building and whatever. But there are also a lot of houses, a lot of private houses. They just cost a lot. They are huge houses. I think they easily go from the 4 or 5 millions and above. especially the better looking neighborhoods, kind of like I don't know, Nob Hill or Russian Hill.
Yeah, we'll speak a little bit more about it.
Yeah, Coe Hollow.
Because that's the thing. I mean, there are probably these two type of houses: skyscrapers and apartments on one end, and other standard. But in the center,
Houses, yeah.
it's common that you will find apartments. I would say, because like when you move a little bit out, you will find Victorian houses or this, which
Or
has,
in the south or in the
Yeah.
mission also like
Yeah.
normal houses. I don't know how
yeah,
to
it's
describe them,
difficult to define them, but
houses that are not Victorian style.
Yeah.
Victorian style are like the most common, the typical houses from San Francisco, like the ones you might see, like I don't know, the Pink Ladies, or the ones you might
Painted ladies.
Painted ladies. Yeah, sorry,
but there are
or
also pink ladies.
Pink Ladies. Yeah,
But
pink, yellow, whatever color you want.
no, but that's the thing. I mean, and I actually think I'm reflecting right now, but
There
they
are no
build
brick houses.
what?
There are no brick houses almost. There are very little brick homes.
But the thing is that they build apartment in the center with this a lot of amenities because people don't want to spend time in going outside and do other stuff. Let's say for barbecue, for swimming pool, and for the gym. Let's say you will have everything inside of the building, and so yeah.
You also have your own podcast room.
Yeah,
Like
like
this.
this one. Yeah, there are rooms where you can just co-working there with other people,
Yeah.
And I actually think it's like a nice move, let's say, from buildings in having a lot of these amenities. I mean, it's growing a lot this type of
Yeah, definitely living.
concept,
Yeah.
let's say. And there are people actually who like it, and are other who prefer other things. For sure, when you're young, this is the other thing. When you're young, you definitely prefer this sort of
Yeah,
things.
for sure, probably.
When you start
Yeah.
to grow and have kids, not here, but
Don't have kids in the city.
I think that here I didn't met a child for.
There are more dogs
a
than
month.
kids. There are
Yeah.
according to numbers, there are actually more dogs than children in the city.
Because people don't have time to look after them.
No, they don't have time to make a child.
Also,
First of all,
yeah.
and then who in their right mind would have raised a kid in
Yeah.
the city? Unless you, first of all, you need to make $1 million a year at least to have a kid here. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's true.
But also, it's a shit show. Sorry, it's I mean, there are a lot of downsides to the city, from homeless. For example,
Yeah, no,
if you want to come here and you find a great deal on an apartment or a room or a hotel or whatever, like near the Tenderloin. What happened to our
Nothing.
background? There it is again.
But yeah,
Do not go to in the Tenderloin. If you find it there, the Tenderloin is this neighborhood of San Francisco.
basically, I would say the downtown is divided in. On one end, we have like on the top there's like Embarcadero, which is like the border, let's say, and like from there there's Mission and Market Street, which go down, and you arrive basically. You have two sides of downtown, let's say, where there are skyscrapers, and at the end, more or less, there's like Tenderloin. Let's say that.
At the end of Market, yeah, when Market meets Mission.
But yeah, I mean, when you will decide that you wanna stay, we can say text us. We can try to
exactly.
tell you the best places where to live
Don't just move here like
randomly.
you.
This is not the thing.
No, not at all. Reach out to people. Reach out to us. Go on
Yeah,
Facebook
whatever.
groups.
Yeah, Facebook is declining.
Go on X. Oops, sorry. Twitter. No, but
No,
it's
yeah.
failing. It's going bankrupt. Oh my God.
No,
Woo.
no.
Elon
But,
did it again.
Yeah, no, I would say yeah. You need to inform yourself before, and because the thing is that from one street to another, I mean, you have like some neighborhood, but the thing is that even in the same neighborhood, there are like from one street to another one, and you can find different situation, completely different.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Like,
so
no doubt
it's
about it.
fair to talk with people here just because where you're living is like a huge step, let's say.
Yeah, it says a lot
So it
about
needs to
everything.
be programmed, let's say, in advance.
I mean, yeah.
But what do you think is like the best place to live? I mean, if you had to pick one, I the same question as before, but if you had to pick one,
Honestly, if I could have my own house, then I would probably, and if I had to stay in the city, first of all, if I had to stay in San Francisco, I would go either in the marina
okay,
or with a big house or stay in an apartment building, kind of like the one I'm at right now. But if I could choose anywhere in the Bay Area, I would definitely go down, like, I don't know,
where?
Palo Alto, Redwood City,
Okay,
Los Gatos, or places
okay,
like that. I prefer the weather. You might find, I mean, there are no buildings there, so you would have a house for sure.
a garden.
Yeah, your own yard, maybe a garden there. Um, yeah, so
Okay,
probably down
okay.
there. But if I
I
had to
don't
stay in
know.
the city and work here, I would definitely try to be close to my workplace. So probably either
Yeah,
here
no,
or
that's for sure. But do we want to speak more about the downtown situation? I mean, because yeah, like Elon right now with X slash Twitter tweeted a lot of things about homeless situation, like these youth shops that are closing right now because the situation here is not the best.
they are closing, but at the same time, IKEA just
They
opened.
yeah, and
That is
actually
crazy.
yeah, IKEA. I heard that made a huge step
Or as
because
Americans call it, IKEA.
IKEA. But yeah, IKEA literally opened 2 days ago and
Yeah,
decided to open a new shop here
Wednesday 23rd.
in downtown, which I think was a good move probably because right now I mean yeah there's like
The only
a
other
difficult
IKEA
situation.
was far.
Yeah, but there's a difficult situation with homeless. But actually, I think I don't know. Actually, we will inform ourselves, but probably we'll get a lot of discount, let's say, in renting or owning a place because right now, I mean, a lot of people. I mean, yeah, there are those who are living
And
their
definitely commercial
space.
real estate is at this moment kind of stuck
Yeah,
because nobody wants to rent offices anymore. There are a lot of empty office buildings, office places. So I would guess that you're right, and you might
yeah, I would say
find
so. Yeah.
something at a cheaper rate, but don't want to say anything that is not factually correct. So we'll look into it and tell you more about
Yeah,
it.
no, that's for sure. And yeah, I think that was all for this episode.
Another half an hour of rambling, mumbling people.
But yeah, I would say it's definitely everything we.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, guys, if you have any other question, suggestion, please tell us. We will love to tell you more about it.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow us, comment, rate. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you want to listen to us, you can find us.
Yeah.
Please follow us on every platform
Yeah,
because you
that's
might
right.
find, I mean, if you're only listening to us, okay, if you're also looking
But
at us,
we decided to make all the video
you
podcast.
can look at us, see our beautiful faces, and our stupid smiles. But
Nice.
yeah, all right, guys.
I'll see you in next episode.
Yeah, When is it? I don't know, but you'll see.